Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the Monday painting video. What is the Monday painting video? What's it all about? Well, the Monday painting video is essentially a painting video where I paint a model or a squad of models. But the model or models in question are voted on by you guys from last week's Weekly Wednesday, which is a weekly Q&A. In that video, I'll show you a host of models and you guys vote on what you want me to paint for today's painting video. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so you would have seen from the thumbnail, Bladeguard Ancient Wonderboat. It's an amazing sculpt. Such an amazing sculpt. I really don't know what way to work on this now. There's not many armor panels on show. He's got more robes than anything else, but still, I still think it's beautiful. Points of interest, definitely going to be the banner. That's absolutely fantastic. I was going to paint the skeleton gold, but I'm looking at it now and thinking, no, I don't need to, because I thought it was like a skeleton statue thing inside the banner, but it's not. It's actual skeleton. Absolutely beautiful. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start very simple. Start with some Cadian flesh tone, and I'm just going to take care of the little hand he has hanging. Was that bones? No, not actually. That's all bone. Oh, nice. I thought that was the actual fleshy hand. That's not. That's bone. Okay. Scrap that one then. I'm going to come in with some Youth and Grey. And the bits that I'm going to get first of all are going to be his robes. And I'm going to get the any bits of power armor on this side of the model hanging out. I'm going to get them as well. I've walled that down a bit too much now. He's got robes up here as well. So I'm going to get those. And I'm going to get the wings in here. Because there's lovely wings on the back. So I'm going to go off camera and do the rest of those. And come back to you again. Now I'm going to come with corn red and pop it on the other side to make my chapter colours up. I'm coming in at this stage because there's a very, very thin bit of space between the robes there, and I know I'm going to hit the robes. So I'd rather come in now and get it now. Yeah, I could get the robes a bit, not as much as I thought I would. But like likes of this to do. Just come in and do that because that'll make all of this pop. I'm going to go camera and do the rest of the red. Yeah, so whilst that's dried, pretty good. I'm going to come in with some iron oxide. He's got loads of leather pouches hanging off the back of him, so I'm going to paint all of those. Some iron oxide. Another thing is, do this now, so when I sort the robes out, I'm not going to mess up anything I do on them. No other pouches, they're all just golden bits hanging off. So next I'm going to come in with some Retribute armour. This is going to be a long process now for this bit. So basically I'm going to get his cufflinks. I say cufflinks, his bracers. He's got his little shield here I'm going to get. He's got bits hanging off of him here. There's a couple of little bits there. He's got a little shield on the side of himself there, which I'm going to get. So this lovely big belt here. He's got a shield on his bit there, bracer there. He's got his halo base, bit on the back, and I'm going to do, well, there's a few relics hanging off here, which I'm going to get. But I'm also going to do all of this edge along there, all of this trim all the way down the top piece and this piece here. So I'm going to go off camera and do all of those pieces. Oh, and his ankle bit there, just make it stand out. I forgot to do his foot this side, so I'll just do the foot that side as well. So here's where we're at so far. Looking absolutely fantastic, I think. I did catch the robes with the red a bit. It's not the end of the world. Now I'm going to come with some Screaming Skull. There's a few parts I'm going to do with this. First thing is I'm going to get the hand, which I thought was a fleshy hand, but it's not, it's just bone. I'm also going to get all of the scrolls from the Purity Seals. This guy has a lot of them. There's them hanging off himself everywhere. Also going to get all the bone from the standard. Then when I've done that, I'm going to go over his bits of armour with the Screaming Skull, where I did the Youth and Grey onto. Let's go over those. So I go in a couple of thin coats, just to bring it up nice. Again, I'm not going to do all of this on camera. So do a little bit and then come back to you when it's done. Right, so now I'm going to come in with some white scars. The first thing I'll do with this white scars is go over the robes, but just I'm trying to highlight the edges. I'm trying to highlight raised areas, but also if when I put the Youth and Grey on, if there's any areas I'm not happy with because it looks a bit too thin down and there's too much darks coming through, I can then just put the white scars on there to try and blend it away. More so on this side, where I ended up spilling corn, not spilling, but just like catching it with the corn red, which I knew I would. I didn't realise the gap was so small. Also going to come in and get the wings. I'm going to bring it across the skeleton as well. It's actually still a bit wet. Yeah, I'll leave the skeleton for now because the scream skull still seems to be a little bit wet there. Missed this bit actually. We'll go back to the screaming skull, just get the side of the purity seals, the scrolls. And actually to give them all a little quick once over, just to try and make them stand out a little bit more. Leave that to dry for a minute. The helmet looks really white, but I promise you it's not. It is screaming skull colour. Well, this guy's almost done, which is actually amazing. Next colour I'm going to come in with is some Lothern blue, and I use this for one simple thing, which is the purity seals. And if anyone says to me, why do you do your purity seals blue and not red like everyone else? Because there's red on this model, I find it easier if I do them blue, they stand out a lot more. I think that part of Lothern blue is almost on its way out. When I say that, I don't mean that it's empty. I think the paint's starting to turn because it came out into the wet palette a little bit weird. And it's all the purity seals, and they do really stand out when you look at the model. Let me just clean this brush. When you look at the model and you see the blue straight away, and it breaks the model up as well. Next thing I'm going to do is come in with some Eldari Emerald contrast paint. And this is going to make it really pop now. I'm going to come in and get all of the robes. See where I've come in with the white's going to give me shading on the contrast paint right before I've even done anything. So I won't even need to worry about coming back in again afterwards and trying to dry brush it or anything like that. So I'm going to go off camera and do that. And so next I'm going to come with some lead belcher. There's only a few pieces to do with the lead belcher here. It's got little chains hanging off of this skeleton hand. It's got its vents. Make those really pop out. See a little bit there. I think that's all of it. Right, so for all intensive purposes, this guy is battle ready. So what I'm going to do now, for everyone that's new, is take him beyond battle ready standard. Now that could be a dry brush, that could be an edge highlight, that could be a shade like a wash, that could be contrast paint, that could be using a layer paint, that could be using a technical paint, you know, coming with another base colour type paint but just a light version. It could be mixing paint on the wet palette. There's so many different things that you can do. But I'm going to come in with white scars. I'm going to try and do what I was trying to do the first time round, coming across this screaming skull, really try and get that to look, to brighten up, shall I say. I think when I put the screaming skull on, I think I watered down too much for this. that's not a problem, because Screaming Skull's a layer paint, White Scars is a layer paint, so I can get a couple of thin coats onto it. Just bring it up to the level that I want. So whilst that's drying, I'm going to come in with some Bladeguard red layer paint. And I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to go over the corn red, but not fully over it. I just want to give it a different bit of shading here and there. But see, it'll go on bright like that, but it's a layer paint, so it will dull itself down. So I'm going to add, I don't want to cover every single piece of corn red like I said, but just get some of it on, because it does mix, as it dries off, it does mix in very nice and looks very, very nice. I'm not going to try and get it in that little gap between the robes. There is no way. There's no way like I'll end up hitting the robes and just make it look silly. The bigger areas like the backpack, they're the ones that really stand out more. It might look a little bit weird at the moment. Just trust the process. Boom, bottom of his jaw there. As it dries off, you'll see a huge difference. So I'm going to leave it to dry for a few minutes, and then whilst that's drying, I'm going to come in with another bit of white scars across the skeleton. But the second thin coat of like sort of, it's not a dry brush, but it's just, I'm not overloading the brush. I'm just putting a little bit on. This time I only want to get certain areas. I don't want to get the whole thing. Maybe the hands, the face. Just not so much the raised areas, but just bits that I think I want to emphasize a little bit more. Just make them really stand out. Meant to be doing this off camera, but it doesn't matter. Some of you are going to say, yeah, but it looks the same sort of colour as the wings. Yeah, the wings are going to be sorted out right now. Now I'm going to come with some Aphasian Camo Shade. This is a wash. I don't want to overload the brush. I'm going to get a little bit on the brush. I'm literally going to try and bleed it into the lines. Okay, again, for the front, this is a bit more tricky because of the skeleton there. We're going to slap a bit on the purity seals, the scrolls of them, so they're not so bright. They look like they've been there for a very long time, weathered down. I mean, that back bit looks amazing. I think the art model looks amazing, to be honest with you. And I'm not just talking about the paint job, I'm talking about the sculpt as well. Wow. They really stepped the game up when they done these guys. So I'm going to leave it up for a few minutes to dry. Let's see if there's anything that I've missed then. Well, there's one more thing I need to do with the Screaming Skull, which is the leather pouches. Right, so I've got some Screaming Skull on my brush. Brushed it onto a bit of tissue. And now I'm going to come over to the leather. Just give it a quick flick over. To make it look like worn leather. Again, don't panic, because the Screaming Skull is a layer paint. So it will go on bright and dull itself down. And there we have him. The only thing I might do once this is fully dry, which we'll probably do tomorrow actually, is come over the hand a little bit more with a bit more white scars. Apart from that, this guy is finished. So any thoughts or comments, chuck them below as always, guys. Massive thank you to everyone who voted. If you voted for something and it didn't win this week, don't panic, because everything has to be painted. There's a Space Marine one for today's painting video. That means this weekly Wednesday's vote won't have any Space Marines inside it, which is, you know, it's good and it's bad. It's good because the other models get a chance to get painted, but it's bad because there's too many Space Marines to paint. But if you're seeing this for the first time, guys, hit the subscribe button, because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video with more and more people, which makes this incredible, amazing community of you guys grow even more. Any comments below as always, guys. Until next time, thanks for voting, thanks for watching. Take it easy, guys.